Hi team, I hope you're all well. Today I'm going to do my February TBR. Again, I'm going to do this with my Bookopoly challenge board, and also I have changed my book challenge for the month. So I started off January with about 15, maybe 20 books wrapped up, but unfortunately I had a bit of an incident where I bought a couple of books after December in the sales that I already have that were wrapped up. So I've had to unwrap my books because it was really sending my anxiety wild, and I have decided to put the names of the books in here in the jar, and I will pick a book out of said jar, and that will be my book challenge for the month. So let's go ahead and do that now. So I've picked, I've picked Fangirl by Rainbow Rowell, which is cool because I haven't read that yet, that's why it's in the jar. But I picked up Carry On by Rainbow Rowell in January, and I really want to read it, but I really wanted to read Fangirl first, and I have this on Audible too, so that's a winner. The last two for January, Community Chest and Chance, were Read a Book set in the States, which I did. The Sun Is Also a Star set in the States. Fire and Heist was set in the States. I think a couple of others were set in the States as well. Read a Subscription book box. I read Fire and Heist. That came out of my Fairy Loot box for January. So managed to nail both of those, which is good. And then I have my board here ready to go with my cards on top. Let's give these a bit of a shuffle and see what I come up with. So I'm excited to keep this going. Obviously it's not working out with my book buying ban because I'm still buying books, as you will see from my January haul. So that isn't working out so great, but I'm hoping to do better in Feb. Like, sometimes you just don't nail it, do you? So I'm hoping to do better in Feb. So let's pick these. Community Chest, read a hardback. I have one of those on my list, which is great. And read an ebook. I have two of those on my list, which is a great start. So thank goodness for that. I'm worried I might actually have to add yet another book to my list. So let me go get Rainbow Rowell. Fangirl. Okay, so I'm back. I've got Fangirl by Rainbow Rowell. I did just realise that I mentioned Fire and Heist then, which was January's book for Fairy Loot. That's wrong. It was December's book for Fairy Loot. I've read it in January. Yes, so I've got Fangirl, which is great. This is my book challenge for Feb. Then I have Read a Hardback. So I have Circle of Shadows by Evelyn Skye. This is Fairy Loot's book for Jan. Really confusing myself now. So I always do the read-alongs now with for Fairy Loot, and I will be reading this month. It is a hardback. Thanks for this. It was on my list as well, so winner. This has also got gorgeous sprayed edges. They're like a really light purpley grey. So I'm excited about that. What's the other one? Read an ebook. So I have two ebooks. These are e-arcs, so I'm excited to give them a read. So I've got The Beauty of the Wolf, which comes out on the 21st of Feb, so obviously I want to read that before it comes out. This is a Beauty and the Beast retelling. Other than that, I don't know much more about it. And then I've also got Enchantee, which again comes out on the 21st of Feb. Again, don't know much about it, but I'm pretty certain it's set in France. I can't fully remember though. But I'm excited to read both of those. So that's my challenges nailed, so long as I read the actual books, which is good. Then I have Tess of Dapples by Thomas Hardy. This has been on my list for a long time now. It's been recommended to me by several people, and I just really want to get to it. This month was going to be the month of classics, but other books have come in now that I really want to read, so that's kind of been pushed a little bit, but I am sticking a classic on here anyway. So I do really want to read this. I've got it on Audible as well, so I'm very excited to finally get to it. I love this cover as well, this version for which is a penguin edition, so I'm very excited to get to that. I also have City of Heavenly Fire by Cassandra Clare to get to, which is the last book in the Mortal Instruments series. This is obviously quite chunky. I think it's down as like 17 hours something, so I do listen to it on ×2, so but it'll still take me maybe a day and a bit at work or something to get through. So I'm excited to finally finishing this series off and get into this. Following that, I also have Lady Midnight and Lord of the Shadows by Cassandra Clare, which are the first two books in the Dark Artifices series. I've said this a million times before. I'm probably going to say it a million times more before I even get to the event. But I'm going seeing Cassandra Clare and Holly Black at the end of the month, and I want to have got through at least the Mortal Instruments and the first 2 books in the Dark Artifice series. I have these on Audible as well, which is good. But I don't have Queen of Air and Darkness, I don't think. And I don't have the book yet because I'm getting a special edition book when I go to the event. So those 2 are also on my book list this month. I also have The Gilded King by Josie Jaffrey. I haven't managed to get to this yet, and it's really upset me because I have the second book, which is The Silver Queen, and then the third book, The Blood Prince, comes out on the 20th of this month. So it would be great if I could get to this and also the Silver Queen, but I've not put it on my list because I don't want to put too much pressure on myself. I've got some really chunky books on my list this month, so if I don't get to it, I don't want to feel bad about it. But yeah, this is on my list. I want to at least get to this. It's not too big, which is good. So that is also on my list. I've got A Game of Thrones by George R.R. Martin. This is part of the Song of Fire and Dance, Song of Fire and Air, Song of something. The series for, the readathon for this series, which is being co-hosted by Cody, and I will leave her link below. And I haven't got to it yet. We're taking 2 months a book, so the 2 months were January and Feb for this, so I need to get to this. Luckily I have it on Audible, but it's very, very big, obviously. I think the Audible version for this is like maybe 30 hours, unless I've got that confused with another book, but I'm pretty certain. So this is going to take me a good few days, maybe like a full week at work to get through this on Audible, but I'm looking forward to it. I do need to get to it this month. Then I also have What's Left Unsaid by Deborah Stone. Deborah sent me this for a review, so this is sort of like high up on my list to get to. And then I have Blood Orange by Harriet Tice. I got this at an event last month, and I'm really looking forward to getting to it. I have already made a start on it because we're already partway through the month at the moment. I'm like 84 pages in. I've got a couple of tabs in to keep me going, like 50-page intervals, but I think I'm going to try and smash through this as quick as I can. Yeah, I'm excited to give this a read. I just had a blank moment then. I was pretty certain that I'd already read a book for this month, but I don't think I have. I think I'm just going a bit mad. Then I have Leftovers from last month, which is really irritating. This is something that literally, as I was about to make this video, I decided that I'm probably going to do this. So I have decided to, any leftovers I've got put on my TBR for the next month, because it irritates me that I don't get through all the books of the month and then it just goes back on my shelf and then I don't read it. So I'm holding myself accountable here. So I've got The Lord of the Rings. This is all 3 books. I'm not intending on reading all 3 books, just the first one, which is The Fellowship of the Rings. Didn't get to it. I have it on Audible, so it shouldn't be too difficult for me to get to, but we'll see. So I've still got that left over, and then I've got The Wife Between Us by Greer Hendricks and Sarah Pekkanen. I didn't get to this. Again, I've got it on Audible. It's not that big. It shouldn't take me too long to get through, but for some reason I just didn't get to it. Didn't make it a priority, obviously. And then I've got To Kill a Kingdom by Alexandra Christo. Again, I've heard amazing things about this. I didn't get to it. Got it on Audible. Don't know what's wrong with me. I just didn't get to it. And then The Night Circus by Erin Morgeston. I didn't get to this either. Again, on Audible. So, yes, these are my leftovers, all on Audible. So it should be attainable for me to get to. But obviously then I have... So this I'll be reading in paper format. This I will also be reading in paper format. This I will also be reading in paper format because I don't have these on Audible. This I'll be reading in book format too. So these are my 4 that I'll be reading in book format. Then I've got 2 on Kindle, and then the rest are all on Audible. This is ridiculous. Why do I do these things to myself? So these lot will all be on Audible. So I read 19 books in January. This month is obviously a lot shorter than January, and we're already, I think we might be 4 days in. This may be, I don't know what day this is. No, we're not 4 days in. We're not 4 days in, that's a lie. We're 2 days in. I don't know what's wrong with me. We're 2 days in, so I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 books on my list this month. Which doesn't sound too bad actually, considering I read 19 last month. But I did have like 21 books on my list last month. And I added some extra, which is why I didn't get to some of the others. So we will see if I manage to nail this, but I shall keep you posted and let you know. If you like this video, please give it a like. If you are not already subscribed, I would really appreciate if you did and you enjoyed it. Obviously don't subscribe if you didn't enjoy it, but I shall see you again next time. Bye.